Welcome to the Midday Live Show. Go on, meet the crew. You know what we just came to do. No telling who be coming through.
Jazza Fierce and Steve Who Styles gotta fit the mood. It did been a while, they left the milk. I got a DJ too.
DJ Who? DJ Spoil Milk on the ones and twos. Catch the show, watch it be on 12 and noon. Ain't nothing like them other shows. They checking for your podcast. All hard just broadcast. Go screen the live on YouTube.
Brand new, everything about them got a bag too. Had to, cause now they see the stars when they pass through. Bad news, if you ain't up on this, you can't slide through. Especially when they find dining, shining, but the time whining.
What's good, everybody in Chicago especially? It's your boy Steve Styles, and this is the Midday Live Show. Of course, we're live in Chicago at iHeartRadio, top floor of the Illinois building. If you know, you know, and if you don't get to know, follow us on Instagram at the Midday Live Show. Now, without further ado, let me please introduce my amazing co-host. To my right, I have...
Hey, it's Jazza Fierce, aka Jazz, aka the fiercest of them all. And to my right,
definitely the nastiest DJ in Chicago, DJ Spoiled Milk here, ready to do it. We love Fridays around here.
Yeah.
Steve, who else we got in the building, man?
Well, we have an amazing guest today, too. Someone that's going to really, really grab your attention. You don't want to leave your seat for this one. We have an actor, entrepreneur, businessman, and philanthropist. We spoke a lot off air in our pre-show fist fight, how we get ready. You know what I'm saying?
fist fight.
But you may have seen him. You may have seen him on Empire. You may have seen him on Love and Country. You may have seen him on The Chi. And of course, more recently, you may have seen him in that, what is it, like a Buick? What kind of car are you riding? And you're always with the cigarette.
The Crown Vic, man.
The Crown Vic, Power, Force, Book 4. All right, without further ado, a round of applause for Brian Keys joining us in studio.
Now.
Thank y'all for having me. I'm excited. This is love. This is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real. Thank you for being here. Seriously, we appreciate you.
No, thank y'all for the invite. You know, like it's humbling just because, you know, you do your art, you put it out there, and it feels like it's just going into the ether. But when people reach back, it's like, hey, we like what you're doing. Come rock with us. I'm like, yo, you didn't even have to do that. So like,
It's amazing. Yeah, characters just stick to me, you know, like that one detective, man, it's just, you can't get rid of him. He was going after Tommy.
Let's talk about it.
And Tommy's my guy.
I know.
I'm rooting for Tommy. Heck, we may even have the same haircut in
it was
another life.
hard. Yeah. So it was like rooting for you, you know, because it was just like, hey, that's Brian, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just like, you guys are getting a little too close to Tommy.
Yeah, no.
Like,
We need him alive.
Yeah.
Don't lock him up.
Yeah.
So how was the experience on that show?
It was life-changing. That was, it was my favorite TV show. Like I remember when Power dropped and I was instantly hooked.
Yeah.
Because I remember that, what was it, episode 101 Power. Omari, who plays Ghost, in the middle of a party, goes to that loading dock, takes the cufflinks off, takes the suit off, wife beater. Goes to gangster mode.
Yep.
Kills Buddy like there's nothing going on in the building. Puts the tuxedo back on like busy. I'm like, yo,
Business.
Yeah.
Yo, the music, the aesthetics, people who look like us.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember it was an event every weekend. Like you have to watch Power. You
Seriously.
have to watch Power. And my boy Rotimi, who played Dre, I remember it was me. It was for his birthday. We was in New York. It was me, him, Chris Lofton, who played Jannard.
Yeah.
And we was in Rose's apartment, and it was a Power script on the table. And we looked at the script, and we remember saying today, yo, we're gonna be on this show.
Oh,
Wow.
Like we said, we gonna be on this show. And then fast forward, and I'm like, yo,
It happened.
This crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like I'm on a Zoom with 50 Cent.
Right.
This is crazy. Like, how does it? And I remember when it announced Power's coming to Chicago. I text my agent, yo, we booking Power, and my agent's like, yeah, you know, we'll make sure that we keep an eye out. We're gonna submit, you know, your audition. I'm like, no, we're booking Power. Like, that's mine. I'm going to be on it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And how it happened was just surreal in itself. In the industry, we do these things called table reads.
Okay.
And so my avenue behind the scenes is like, that's what I do. Like I like to do table reads. And with the table read, you can do many different facets. You can read action lines. You can read for other actors who can't make it, you know, And so casting reached out when the pilot was coming in for episode 101. It was like, hey, do you want to be a table read, be a reader for Force? And I was like, yeah.
Right, like
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Who am I reading for? And then, you know, because they'll send you a list of like the characters who can't make it, who can come in, whatever. And so for the first one, they were like, you'll read for Ghost, and a few other characters. And I just remember seeing that I'm covering for, because they were in the original pilot for 101, they were doing flashbacks to moments that we remember. There were about five flashbacks. They ended up getting cut, but they were there. And then I remember I'm like, oh, I know how to do this. I know how to do this. Because I know the show so well. I knew from the moment, like, oh, this happens in this episode, this happens in this episode, that episode. So I went back and I watched, and I like locked in on Omari's cadences and his energy and what he said and how he said it. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna bring. That's what I'm gonna bring to the table. So we did the table read, and then for this one, the action lines were being read by Shane Johnson, who played Cooper Saxe.
Okay.
And then Walter Flynn at the time, who later would be Tommy Flanagan, he read for Walter Flynn. So we didn't know who, we knew who that Tommy Flanagan was up to be Walter Flynn, but we didn't know it was official yet. So Shane read his part. Then the next table read happens, which is 102. And then they're like, hey, at the time, our showrunner was Robert Munich. Munich wants to get on a call with you to just discuss some things, because now I'm reading the action lines. So basically, if, Tommy pulls out a gun or whatever he said, I'm reading those lines, the actions line. And I'm like, that's cool. I've done this like a million times. So it's like, I'm like, cool. It's just another day at work. But the showrunner has never asked to talk to me to make sure that I'm like, this ain't normal. I'm like, something's up. Something like this ain't how I usually go. Yeah. So I hop on a Zoom with Munich, and it was like 5 minutes. He's like, hey, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm good. You need anything from me? Wow. And he's like, no, I just want to make sure that you're all right. I'm like, yep. Anything that you want me to change or adjust? He's like, you know how to do it. I was like, yeah, cool. Because how it works is like you get the script, and it's like 80 pages. So when you read, and this is why it's so technical, and sometimes people may find it difficult to do, you have to read and edit on the fly on something you've never read before, but also have the intention and wherewithal to still make it vibe. And so we went through the table read, and it happened. And this one, and both Courtney Kemp was on both. Okay. The network execs, there's sometimes on, casting is on. And then I just remember like my energy felt like I was hyped after the second one. I was like, okay. I was still like, this don't feel like it normally does. Something like, I'm like, something is up. Something is up. My phone rings, and my agent goes, hey, so you have a direct offer from Power to play a special agent that they're writing in. There you go. And I'm like, so when's the audition? When's the audition? And like, no. So like they have this role, and they want to know if you're interested. And I'm like, who wouldn't be interested? Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. So then you wait. Yeah. You wait, because now you have to get network approval and everything like that. And I'm like, what does this mean? I've never been in this position before. So I'm like calling around. I'm like, hey, yo, how do direct offers work? What would make you not get this role? Like what would have to happen? Yeah. And then they're like, well, walk me through what happened. I'm like, well, so-and-so said this and this. Then it came from the showrunner, and then I think Courtney signed off on it, and casting signed off on it. And then they're like, so you got 3 of the biggest yeses. Like, it's gonna happen. Like a week and a half go by, and I'm like, okay,
heard nothing from nobody.
Doubt is creeping through your mind.
Because like, and then also the thing about it too is the other thing I'm thinking about. Well, maybe they want to go in a different type, because the character's name is Special Agent Edgar Vargas, and I'm like,
right.
That don't sound like
right. Yeah.
I'm from the south side of Chicago.
Okay, Vargas.
Come on, Southside.
Muy bien.
Right. See. You know, and so
He's halfway there, guys.
and I'm like, man, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me not think about it. How can you not think about it?
Of course,
This is your favorite TV show. So then finally get the call, and they're like, hey, we got the offer. I'm like, let's go,
Boom.
let's go. And I just remember, like, I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know nothing about the character. I just know the character's name. But like I said, my preparation comes from, you can throw a script in front of me and I'm about to kill it, even if I've never read it before, because I know how to quickly make choices, read whatever. And I'm like, then I see the first scene. I'm like, oh, I'm in a stakeout car.
All right.
And then I read the line, and then it's like, and then in the action line, it says Tommy sees them in the side mirror of his car. And then he says his iconic line. He calls me an MF, and I'm like, I'm the first one to get called an MF. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
And like,
monumental.
yeah. So it was life changing for so many levels, because just getting to observe people that I've watched, and I know their nuances and sparring and like being a sponge, but then also showing I belong, and then also showing you know that like, yo, I can do the work, but also being humble enough to understand that this is just a checkpoint.
Yeah.
It's not the moment of arrival. It's a checkpoint. It's not the moment of arrival. Because I always try and keep that marathon mentality. You know, I always try and keep that marathon mentality, because, you know, being from Chicago, like we know how to put in the work. You know,
Absolutely.
we know how to, and we're never, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, we're never satisfied. You know, we're never satisfied, and it's not, we just want more, and it's not because we want more to show more. We want more to know that we can do more.
Yeah.
You know, because we know we have it within us, and just having great relationships. And when I say great relationships from the Power experience, it's being able to touch and tap people who are smarter than me and know more than me, to be like, so I see this, I'm observing this, can you break it down for me? Whether it's a shot, whether it's a moment where, you know, the director makes his choice, and I'm like, I love that choice you made. Can you tell me more how you saw it to make that decision? Because, and it's that don't give me fish, teach me how to fish.
Yes.
I want to know how to fish.
I can feed myself.
You know, I want to know how to fish. And then Chris Lofton, who's one of my best friends, to work with him. Isaac, who is family. You know, like it was a big community. You know, and it hurt. It ain't gonna lie, it hurt when I got killed.
I've been waiting.
It hurt when I got killed. It hurt when I got killed.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like there was more story to tell.
Yeah.
But as a fan, I respected it because it had to happen. Because I remember 205. That was a scene where I'm watching them do a hand-to-hand in the back. And look, if you haven't, this is not a spoiler because you should have watched it. So I'm going to talk about it.
At this point,
come on now.
you should have watched it.
It's not a spoiler anymore. So like they're doing, and then they do the phone exchange, and Vic comes over to my car, and I still say mine like I'm really special agent. I do have an FBI shirt though.
When in character, stay in
As you
character.
should.
Stay in character.
And so I read that scene. I text Shane right away. I'm like, please don't kill me, Vic. and how it works is you don't see scripts in advance. So you're getting scripts as, you know, one episode is wrapping up, you get the next show's script. And I'm like, please don't kill me, Vic. And so then 206, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's coming.
It
is coming. It's I knew it was coming.
It was getting
and then
real
I go
spicy.
I go on my trailer. We're in the middle of 206, and I go on my trailer, and Gary calls me. He's like, yeah. He's like,
oh, man.
so we're taking out Vargas. I was like, I know. I was like, I'll be mad if it didn't. As a fan, I would have been mad if it didn't happen.
Same.
However, you know, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, maybe a Cooper Saxe situation happens, because like remember, like Tommy had a gun in Cooper Saxe's mouth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
He did.
And he lived.
He lived.
Sure did.
He lived. He lived long enough to get taken out by tree number 3.
Tree number 3. Shout out.
Yeah. And it was just like, I thought that was going to happen for me, but I'm like, nah, because there was no flaw in Special Agent Vargas. The only flaw was he was too committed to the job to understand. He probably needed to buck a little bit, but he followed orders. He was focused on family. He was all about the work. And in that world, you don't survive like that. You do not survive like that. And I think that for the character of Stacey Marks, played by the amazing Miriam Hyman, oh my gosh, she's so phenomenal. Her character needed more stakes to pursue Tommy. Right now, career, I don't think that career was a strong motivation for her character to take out Tommy. But now losing a soldier that was like her number two.
Yeah,
her number
her
two,
partner, man.
Yeah. Like now, not only do I want my career,
my revenge.
Yes. Vengeance is such a stronger driving force. So like what's going to happen in season 3? I can't wait to see what happens.
Can't wait to see
what happens.
Yeah.
I gather 3 recurring themes from what you just told us that we've heard from other actors who have made major moves and have been in big films. Mentors, getting to know someone who knows more than you, surrounding yourself with people who are better than you to assist in your leveling up. 2, stay ready. You don't have to get ready, which actually ties into the third one, sight reading. Now, I'm a musician. I'm very, very good at this one skill that you're describing. The way you described it reminded me of jazz band. So I was huge in jazz band, meaning I played almost every instrument that they needed because I was pretty quick at gathering. I read all the clefs. And one thing you had to be good at is called sight reading. I think Brian described it so well. Yeah. You don't always get to know what piece of music you're going to be playing that day. Same thing with script. Same thing with table reading, correct? Is that what you call it? Table reading?
Table reads.
Very important.
It's all cold.
Is there anything else that I'm missing besides being a Chicago grinder?
No, you have to work for it more than you want for it. That's you have to work for it more than you want for it. Because like you said, it's like if you know this is what you want, you know what you have within you, and knowing and if you know what you have within you, you also know what you don't have within you. So you have to lean on your strengths long enough to make your weaknesses just as strong. And so like when I started very late. I didn't start at this until I've been at this for like 10 years now. I only been at this for like 10 years.
And you consider that to be late?
Yeah.
Isn't that a century? No. Yeah. Was that 100 years?
A
decade. A decade is still big.
Because like I'm almost 40. So to when you 30 trying to be like, I'm gonna make a career change. Like
a lot of questioning, like, am I really doing this?
But it's life has a way of giving you those building blocks to set you up for where you're supposed to be. Like stuff you don't like. You think everything you've experienced
up until today has prepared you for tomorrow, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Because I felt like what you said about the music. I felt that in my soul, man. I'm a musician, 13 instruments. Like it's
okay,
I know.
Cool.
Wait
So
a minute. We're not just gonna scoot on past that. You said how many instruments?
13.
Can I get the list, please?
Wow, right?
13.
Okay.
So
list.
I started with keys.
You did? Oh, okay.
I started on keys, ear train. And then so I went to Providence Seminole High School in Garfield Park. And so I tested in, and if you test high enough, you get like a 50%. It's like, I think at the time it was like 50% off tuition, something like that. And so the other half, how do you make up that other half? You have work study. And so for work study is like you go to school. After school, you clean classrooms. So I had classroom assignments. I cleaned classrooms. And so then Mr. Thomas Bogren was his name. He was over the band department. And so I was like, y'all got all these instruments in here? So then I tweaked my schedule to get band. And so I'm taking a bus from South Side to West Side.
Boom, you got time.
So I was like, I need an instrument I won't get jacked for. And so then I picked bassoon.
Okay.
So bassoon taught me bass clef.
That's tough.
Yeah, and it's a double read.
Yeah.
Wow. And then also I knew like bassoon was just that eclectic instrument.
What's a double read?
So all right, let's backtrack. Okay. So the bassoon I consider like a bass oboe in a way. The oboe is you ever see like those the snake charmers playing a little thing and the
snake
cobra
comes out.
The snake comes out. So that's the oboe.
Like that? Yeah.
That's the oboe. You remember Fantasia, the cartoon with Mickey Mouse where the brooms come alive and
right?
That's the bassoon. That sound you hear is a bassoon.
Okay.
Cool. it's long, and you play it like this.
Yeah,
and
like
it's crazy. It's crazy. So I was confident that if somebody rolled up on me and was like, "Let me get that," they'll look at it, don't know what it is, and I can go on my merry way. You know, like you know. But then on the eclectic side of it would be different to be a black person playing a bassoon. You know, like I'm expected to play the sax and the trumpet, and you know, be smooth with it. But bassoon. What is that? How you spell that? You know, like it was crazy. And then that evolved into drums because my best friend was a drummer.
Makes sense.
Is a drummer. He is a drummer. Melodic rhythmic percussion. With it being a double reed of bassoon, then move over to oboe.
Good.
Then I went to do single reed.
Okay.
So then I went to sax.
Oh, sax.
Yeah. So I went sax, but then I found out the fingering, and it was easy to transfer that from sax to clarinet.
Exactly.
So then I got clarinet, but then I started with alto sax. Then from alto sax, that moved to tenor baritone.
Okay.
And then I was like, cool, I need to get brass.
Yeah.
But I struggled with the embouchure. So then I went to flute first.
Oh, I went baritone first.
See his thing.
Yeah.
So when I was working with flute, then I grabbed the mouthpiece from the trumpet, and I just practiced my buzzing.
That's the same thing. You buzz it.
I practiced my buzzing.
Wow. All right. So hold on.
Love it.
We lost
Love
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought that was crazy because I did the same thing. I did clarinet and then bass clarinet because I wanted that bass clef, and we had to fulfill a need, and every year I'd fill whatever we needed. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is for the music heads out there is just there's so many different instruments, meaning so many variations of one single instrument. And he was able to master all of them in a short amount of time.
That's amazing.
Did you try strings? Did you go orchestra?
So the only strings I play are guitar and bass guitar.
Oh,
but I do electric. I can do electric, fretless, and upright.
Damn.
Yeah.
We got something in common.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love the double bass. That was my thing, because if you can get rhythm, you can dance with it and play.
Yeah.
We can have this conversation another day. This guy's a musician.
And it's
talented.
Feel. and what I like about bass is it's a feel. Like you in meaning like you're the heartbeat of the rhythm section in a way. But in order also to get you have to feel that pitch to hit it. You have to feel it. And you know when you off. You know when you off, but you know when you on. How does that transfer to life? You know when you off,
for sure,
and then you know when you on. Like I said, I left that table. I'm like, I feel it. Something. This don't feel the same. This feels special. This feels special. And then you have to understand and embrace and enjoy when you are in those special moments, because they don't come very often, and they may never come again.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? Like we talked about it before. Like I'm not like I don't need to do all the behind the scenes stuff. Like this. Like I'm in iHeart Studio. 233. Like it's
top floor.
Top floor. Miss Beyonce Fox just walked past the door. Like
Shout out Beyonce Fox.
Love her.
Like
shout out to Cougar Furs. Have you heard the commercials?
Huh?
Yeah.
There's a fur company out here in Chicago called Cougar Furs, and she's one of her reps.
Yeah.
Oh, word. That's what's up.
Super luxurious furs. Yeah.
If you want the fur to feel like this, Cougar Furs.
The voice.
At the voice.
But it's like everything has led up to this moment.
It's amazing.
Music, that skill set, and then it also teaches you know your role.
Yeah.
Know your role.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then understand you need everybody around you to make one thing happen.
Right.
And they're like it sounds so cliche, like there are no small parts. Like people are like, oh, it's table reads. Like I take my table reads very seriously, because you're watching people who have been in this game for 30-40 years.
Jeez.
And I want to be a Morgan Freeman in this industry. Like that's like I want that, because that shows versatility, longevity. It's being able to do what you love for as long as you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And understanding like you're gonna take some L's along the way. You're gonna take a lot of L's along the way.
Yeah, but you're not losing, you're learning.
Yeah.
You're not losing, you're learning.
There you go.
I really want to know the process of getting shot and unfortunately
Tell me
killed.
how to get shot.
Like,
well,
did it? I know it hurt emotionally, right? Like, oh man, I'm not
No,
ready
it
to
hurt
go.
physically. It hurt physically.
It
I hurt my
did?
hip. I hurt my hip that day.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, walk me through that
Yeah.
process. I want to know because that scene. I was anticipating that scene like somebody's got to go.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm surprised it took Tommy this long. First of all, and second of all, he might just off both of them. So something's happening,
Yeah.
and we're gonna see this
Yeah.
as soon as it drops tonight.
Mm.
Okay, so what was the process for you?
So the process for me, it was deep. It was deep because I'm such a consumer of cinema.
Mm.
I know when I've seen bad deaths,
Ooh.
and I didn't want to be one of them.
Yeah, you don't want to be that
I
guy.
didn't want to be one of
Yeah.
them.
Mhm.
And so shout out to our director for that one, Miss Sharon Lewis, who is an amazing director. So character driven when she's directing a shot and just tying that emotion to what we visually see. So my homework for that moment was me being a fan of the show. I already knew when Tommy's going to pull his gun, because two things can happen. They can rewrite it where Tommy shoots me, or they both shoot me, or whatever. So I did my homework to understand what caliber Tommy typically uses for his gun. Then I watched ballistic videos to see how that impact affects the human body.
Do you know the amount of research this guy's doing?
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That is
So
awesome.
then I know what type of gun Shane uses.
Mhm.
And then I predicted that because we've seen Shane's kill shots. We know Shane's kill shots from season 1. He is typically going to always go head first.
Mhm.
So I was prepared for a headshot first.
Mhm.
Even though it wasn't in the script. In the script, it reads, the camera pulls back and we just see 2 flashes.
Okay.
That was how it was written. But then I just always be prepared for like shot changes, because I'm like, if I were a director, how would I shoot this?
Mhm.
So like I always have that in mind. And so when we got to set, it was just a matter of we broke it up into 3 dances: the actual impact, the body falling, and then the body hitting the ground. Those are 3 separate shots that we set up. So I mean, it messed with me emotionally. It messed with me emotionally because these are guns. These are guns, and you're seeing the flash of a gun that's pointed at you, and I'm dying for like 6 hours. This is a 6-hour process.
Oh my God. 6 hours of like taking takes, 6 hours of putting the costume on.
Takes.
Wow.
Of takes, because
Wow.
I've been dying for 6 hours.
yeah. So basically when we see him actually shoot me,
Mhm.
that was just me going back,
Mhm.
getting shot. That was
Yeah.
just me taking the hits.
Yeah.
Then once you see me falling to the ground, we cut the shirt and put blood to show where the
Oh,
blood
okay.
is. And then
CABC.
yeah.
Okay.
And then it's a prosthetic that they put here for the hole in the head. So like now that I'm falling down to the ground, you see the hole in the head.
Mhm.
And then everything else is added in post-production.
Got
So
it.
like the blowout on the
Yeah.
wall, that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like I saw none of that. The pool of blood on the ground, that wasn't there. That was all digital. But everybody has their own process, but for me, I want my storytelling to be more in every capacity. I want my storytelling to be the most authentic it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should.
Because whether it's weird, I be weird about it, man. Because I'm like, I just want to be authentic for people who have experienced things with the storytelling. Like I don't want nobody who has witnessed, has had the unfortunate moment of having to experience something like that to be like, it don't happen like that. That's not how it go down. That's not how it go down. And what's crazy about it is like that scene was longer. That scene was so much longer. Like there was pleading that happened. There was, I just want to go home to my daughter. Like you don't have to do it like this. It don't have to go down like that. And then it just go. I'm like, dang, that was 6 hours. But when I say I hurt my hip for that last shot, we had to get the body falling to the ground. And I have a background in stunt training. From working with Asylum. The way I got in this industry so I did stunts with Asylum stunts, and I know how to fall. And so, but I didn't have a hip pad, but I knew what the director wanted. I'm like, I'm gonna have to just eat it.
Oh,
But that's
Ooh.
but I can only do it. I'm like, I can only
do this once.
and I knew that, and I'm like, and that was a take that happened, because I'm like, I that was a take that happened, but like, yeah, I had a hip bruise for about 3 weeks.
3
Wow.
About 3
weeks, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Was it worth it?
It was.
It was.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Wow.
That's
but-
amazing.
Gotta clap it up one time for
Real
you.
quick, real
Seriously.
quick. Yeah.
That's amazing.
We've
Great actor.
gotten to know you a lot, but one of the best ways to get to know our guests is through rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Shout out to Gio real quick.
Big
man.
shout out to
Tap
Gio.
Hey,
in.
Gio.
Oh, hey, he's tuning in.
Gio
Yes,
Johnson, that is an amazing actor right there.
Great guy.
And
He
that's my
is.
brother. That's my brother.
He said, wow, Brian Keys, I'm a huge fan.
He'll
We're a huge fan of you, but you know that already.
probably be back.
No,
Oh,
I
obviously.
should definitely have him back as much as possible, man.
He's
That's
fun.
a talented brother.
He's
That's
fun.
a talented brother.
He keeps getting me like every time I see him, he's like, bro, did you go to Wonderverse? Did you go to Wonderverse? Did you go to Wonderverse? No, not yet.
I haven't been yet either.
He get all the
To all the
cool
places, right?
And
He got
like,
mad over our jersey and he gets all the
Well,
school,
you know
right?
what's
Let's
so
not talk
funny.
about the jersey anymore.
and I can't even knock him for that because he does invite me, but like I'm such an introvert, like I'm not like anytime like invites pop up, like I'm always like, who all gonna be there?
Hey now.
That's real.
Does it
That's
remind
real.
you of somebody?
Who all gonna be there? And it's not
Mhm.
like, it's just like yeah, like, and people are like, how are you an introvert? And you like you act. I'm like, I act to tell stories. Like I literally am just like, I love the storytelling aspect of it, and then I love displaying that ability to just like take on different things and do different things, but like attention, that's not what I'm in it for.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm in it
Yeah.
for.
I feel
Like
that.
fame is hard.
It's very hard.
It's okay though. Different strokes for different folks. And that's
Yeah.
how it goes. No
Different
two people are the
strokes.
same.
We're gonna get to attention soon.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
It's funny you said that. Yeah.
Let's jump into it.
Let's
then.
go. Let's go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you want to go into the Valentine's Day edition or do you want to go into the discussion? What do you feel, guys?
Ooh.
Isaiah, let Isaiah pick.
Yeah, I think
Let's do
Isaiah should pick.
Valentine's Day,
With the milk
sis.
jacket.
Oh,
I love
with the
that
milk
so much.
jacket.
4-star,
Milk,
baby. All gold.
I did
Yes,
not see the
sir.
eye. This whole time I thought that said Martin Luther King. That's crazy. I'm like, that's lit.
You like Black History Month. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I
like,
like
I'm like, there's an eye this whole time. This
There
whole
is an
time.
eye.
I'm like, wow,
This
he
must not
really
be
loves
7%.
Martin Luther King.
That's
Heck
not
yeah.
7%, Steve. Is
I'm,
it
hey,
7%?
I made it. I did my best. I did my best. Maybe I should have
Period.
spaced them out a little better.
No,
No.
it's the angle.
Polyester.
It's
That's what
gorgeous.
we need.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
need the polyester with the spandex.
77%
8%.
spandex with a cotton polyester blend.
There we
It
go.
lays right. It lays right.
Boom.
That's an inside joke. We were talking about it
You
before we
guys
got
get
to the
us.
show.
Mhm.
But let's talk about the Valentine's Day discussions.
Oh, okay.
Lead
Let's
us
go.
in.
All
Let's
right,
go.
we
Let's
got
go.
some
Mhm.
questions here. Okay, we were talking about attention, right? How do you feel about unwanted romantic attention? How do you deal with that? I mean, you're famous,
I think
Famous.
not a bad looking guy.
So again, this is just, I understand that when people throw positive energy my way or like invites, whatever it is, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? But so like I'm gracious, thank you.
Of course.
That's it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's weird.
Very.
Like it would be different for me. Like I talked about band. Everyone always comes to me like, yo, so what sport did you play? None, bro.
Mhm.
Like I can't hoop. I can't play football. I'm a little fast, but not fast enough to run track. So what do? I'm like, I'm an artsy dude.
Yeah.
And so like you ain't getting no play like that growing. Like puberty hit and it changed. Puberty hit changed. And I had a late puberty stage. I'm like 19.
You got no play in
19.
high school, is what you're saying.
Nah, bro. Nah, I will not. I'm not even gonna. I
Humble.
confront and be like,
Humble.
yeah, I was that dude. I was that dude. I wasn't. I was not. But it's cool. It's cool. So I just say thank you. I just
Yep.
say thank you
That's really all you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do.
because there will be
Yeah.
a day that these aesthetics will not be here.
Mhm.
So just be a good human being. I'm pretty on the inside.
There you go.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty on the inside.
There you have it.
How do you guys deal with that?
How,
Open it up. Open the floor.
Yeah. Tell us more. How do you
tell us more.
deal with unwanted attention?
I know
The voice.
the voice.
What do you do?
You know, I was gonna do a little redirection, try to throw it at you, Jazz, but
No, that's okay.
Yeah, we need to. I would love the woman's
a woman's perspective
Yeah.
is key in this situation,
Is
don't you
it?
think?
It is
Yeah,
because the I think that the attention that gets thrown your way, it comes in different colors.
Oh yeah.
So what he's trying
Yeah.
to say is, I'll put it in layman's terms. I think women get it a lot more than men do. You
Mhm.
know.
For sure.
So do you think women get it more than men?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like situational, but I can see where you mean. Like women overall probably do get unwanted romantic attention more than men.
Mhm.
But personally, I kind of like piggyback off Brian. I'll just say like thank you, because I can't really like I don't really know what else is like. I'm a little awkward, so it's just like I'm
Yeah.
like okay, you know.
And party doesn't want to let them
Thanks.
down.
Yeah, it's like I
Right.
don't want to be rude most
Okay.
of the time. So
Got
it's like if someone gives me a compliment, I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
And it's a different
Bye.
landscape, right?
Mhm.
You know?
Because like sometimes you don't know what that circumstance is, and sometimes it can be a detriment to your safety.
Yeah, you can get in
No,
danger.
true.
Yeah.
Straight up, you can be
True.
set up.
Yeah.
Right?
And women get, and I think that it's a reflection of our social landscape that women get it more, because for so long women were just viewed as these objects for our pleasure and for our
Mhm.
enjoyment.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
what else are you there for but for me to call you and just
Right.
approach you?
Right.
Thankfully the tide is turning, but it's just like that's why I'm saying that it comes in all different forms.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's respectful, hopefully, but more oftentimes than not, it's probably disrespectful.
Yeah. It's really like awkward to deal with. So
Yeah.
most of the times, yeah, I'll just say thank you because I'm like, I don't want you to like murder me or anything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
happens.
You
a
were
lot for
smirking.
me. Yeah, it happens a lot during the nightlife scene for me.
mhm.
You know, as a DJ,
Oh.
it's
They be like, hey, little Zanny.
You know, it's like, sometimes you
Get
know you
'em.
gotta keep it on the road,
Man.
right? I am an entertainer,
Mhm.
so
Yes.
there's a fine line between conversating and entertaining
Yeah.
women.
Say that.
Yeah.
right?
Say that.
But then there is also a point where I'm like, yo, this is too much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
also kind of hard to have that thank you, goodbye conversation while
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah.
Because this is all happening while I'm spinning, uploading,
And getting
on
the
the
next track
microphone.
ready.
Mhm.
And you can't
Yeah.
go nowhere. You have to be
and I'm
there.
stuck
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
I am stuck. There's
Trapped.
been times where like you'll catch a woman with the strongest eye contact in the middle of the dance floor, right in front of the DJ booth, like
Mm.
watch me turn around and throw this ass, right? I'm like, no, I can't.
I
I'm
can't
not
even
like,
catch it.
I'm glad you're having a good time. Exactly, Steve. I'm not the one to catch it. Find somebody else to catch it. But I'm gonna cheer you on though. Like,
Mhm.
yes, friend, go do your
Okay,
thing.
friend.
Oh, friend,
Over there.
over
Over
there.
there.
So for me, it's always hard to be the entertainer
Uh-huh.
and still be the friend for everyone. Right? I'm
Yeah.
your best friend for the next 3 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, we're gonna do it together. We're gonna have a great time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm yours to the end of the night. Then I'm going home.
right. Like
I got a wife and
this
kid.
stops here. Like, okay,
Yeah.
we were friends. That's cool. But I'm going home
Home.
to
Yeah.
my real friends. So
Mhm. And not people
Yeah.
asking you, do you want to get out of here?
Right. I just
Brian, I've told so many stories
wow.
on this show. It's just really insane. Like, I have so
Carry
many
on.
references. I'm a hot. Oh, I know you are. Like, it's just,
Tough.
it's tough.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
So I'll
you-
say that. It's tough.
yeah,
I just get
Yeah.
fake phone numbers.
you give up.
I can't
fake
even do
phone
that
numbers.
because they'll text you right there and like, okay, I'm about to call you right now. Like,
But I can't. I'm DJing.
well, I can't say I'm DJing.
True that, right? Or that's when you roll the window up.
Right.
If you have
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I usually just try to do the fake phone number and then, be politely, because again, danger is a key thing for
Mhm.
both men and women. You never know.
Right.
Cycles everywhere.
Psychos
Yeah.
are everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
I just give them a fake number and say, hey, I'll call you later. No, don't call me. I'll call you. All right.
Yeah, that never works with me.
Here's my
Ever.
email.
Here, take my Hotmail account.
I always want to call
I'm
you right
personally
there.
attacked there. I still have a hot.
I,
mail
I
that
still got one too.
use.
I still got one. I bet I still
never-
got like an AIM out there
I
too.
never had a Hotmail.
Never had a
I
Hotmail.
had,
My
I
Hotmail
had
busted.
Yahoo. I think my first email address was like a one box email address.
One
Y'all remember
box.
One
you used to have
box?
Onebox.com.
I'm familiar.
It was something like St. Mel set it up for us. It was like called One Box.
One box.
It was like a nice user friendly email. The interface was real nice and everything. Yeah.
I just hear Nas. All I need is one box. One box.
I was definitely a Hotmail
Pause,
girl
what?
the first time around.
Hotmail.
Hotmail. The Jazzy Dancer at hotmail.com.
You were the
Nice.
jazzy
Yep.
dancer.
Jazzy dancer.
Yep.
That's
still
incredible.
Really
It wasn't.
It
It wasn't.
I
was like
remember.
Here we go.
13.
Here's my next question here.
Okay.
What's your favorite sitcom and a crush from that show?
Ooh,
Yeah.
man, that's so hard. That is so hard.
Because there's a bunch, right?
It's so yeah.
And then I know we're using sitcom, but like, can we still use sitcom for today's TV shows?
I would assume.
Like,
Yeah.
does Bel Air count as a sitcom?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like it's
No?
like
I don't think so.
It's like a
No.
TV series. No,
It's a series.
A
Yeah.
series.
So
So
when I think of sitcom, I'm thinking of like the old school.
yeah,
Yeah, like
There's
Fresh Prince.
the
or-
name-
Yeah.
Neighbor-
Family Matters.
the
yeah.
neighborhood. I think like
Neighborhood,
CBS is still semi doing sitcoms.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
soundstage, multicam.
Mm.
But what changed the game was Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh,
Because Malcolm in the Middle introduced that single cam shot, and it just changed how
That
things were
was
done.
the single. Go back to Frankie Muniz when he had
Yeah.
those moments. Yeah, that was a new
and that's
thing.
how they followed everything. Because like typically you have your cameras
Wide.
and then,
then work
you
your way
know,
in.
Yeah, AB,
Mhm,
cover your shot. But I would say, for me, Fresh Prince for sure.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince for sure.
All right.
And I think my crush on there, it was the prom episode. She was a guest star. I don't even remember. I just remember Will wanted to go to prom with her, and she came in like this pink princess gown,
Mhm.
and I was like, she fine. She's fine. And it wasn't even a main character. I don't even remember her name. I just remember the episode, and she was just like, she had a pink princess gown, and I'm like, this is my TV crush. This is my TV crush.
Ooh, trying to see
You know what?
Janet Hubert.
We got to
maybe.
talk about Fresh Prince now. He had, cancel me if y'all want to, but I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna stand on this one.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The baddest lineup when it came to women.
I agree.
All throughout
I
his whole
agree.
entire, what was it, like 6 seasons?
Mhm.
All of the fine actors and actresses, and singers were on there. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Mhm.
Martin, no. Any Family Matters, no. Like they
Yeah.
had a couple of them. But Will Smith had
Yeah, that's
baddie
real.
after baddie
Yeah.
after baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were set up.
Yeah,
like that.
I think that shows how on top that show was.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was the hottest show. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, did y'all watch the reunion show where they talked about
Yeah.
how the show was on? Like they would
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
Jordans that weren't even released yet on that
Mhm.
show.
That's
So
crazy.
from a business standpoint, the hottest people wanted to be a part of that show.
Mhm.
So that's how
Mhm.
that's how that happens. And then also it was very tied into like the hip hop culture.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so like this is back when like music videos are like the hottest thing. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you had to have the beautiful women in your music video.
Right.
If it's reflective of hip hop culture, you have to have the beautiful women be your guest stars, your love interest for this TV show. I think the great thing about it too was that like everybody looked like us.
Yeah.
You know, they were all
Yeah,
people of
that
color,
too, that
you know?
too.
Yeah,
It was
Mhm.
love
it was
that.
great. And then you forget who walked through those doors. Like
Man.
it was crazy.
It was
You had
huge,
Tyra
yeah.
Banks on there, Nia Long on
Mhm.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You had oh man, she
Pam
was from
Grier.
House Party.
Oh my gosh.
What was the dark skinned lady name? She's very beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
She was Gina's friend. I'm saying Gina.
Tashina Arnold.
Oh, she was Tisha Campbell's best friend.
Yeah.
She was the one that was first interested in Kid. Remember the Kool-Aid scene on
You see her, right? You see
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
She was
yeah.
on there too. Yep. I said Gina again, but Gina was on there.
Gina.
But it's a what we're trying to say is it's a reflection of the culture.
The
Mhm.
culture, yep.
And man, those women were beautiful.
Facts.
But I had one little semi crush once in a while, probably Hillary Banks, because
Hillary?
she was kind of
That's
like
a good one.
ditzy. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Because
get your
she was
dumb ass in my
young.
car. Let's go.
Huh?
What? Hillary? She was kind of spacehead. Remember
Yeah,
Hillary?
you said because she was ditzy.
Yeah,
You
'cause
liked her?
I liked her because she
Oh,
was
well.
kind of
why
like,
Okay.
I
like
didn't
a,
like her.
yeah, yeah.
That's why I didn't like
Wow.
It's something- it's-
Steve. Okay.
like
It was
that
just for
was
that show,
crazy.
though. That
okay.
show.
Right.
And but she and what was funny about it was like I didn't find her attractive on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I found her attractive in Major Payne.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like
Okay,
it's and I maybe that's just the lane that I travel. I'm like, man, intelligence on a oh my god, she was a teacher. Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
it's just something that gravitates me towards strong, intelligent women. Like it's
Hey.
insane. It's insane.
We love that.
No, you can't clap.
I'm glad. I'm like, that's it. That's good. That's good. I'm supporting it.
But you know, not knocking what you like. Not knocking what you like.
I'm
you know?
knocking it.
Hey
You know.
man, listen.
Hey,
You
there's
like whatever
there's
you
different flavors of ice cream out there for a reason. You know
Come
what I'm
on
saying?
now.
You got to
Yeah.
try it till you find the one you like.
Some
Yeah.
even lactose free. You know, so
Some of them.
you know.
Okay, Isaiah, yours?
My favorite sitcom is Fresh Prince too, as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
Martin is definitely like a strong second.
Yeah.
If I had to go from Fresh Prince though, I would probably say it was I don't know why. I don't know why, okay?
Mhm.
But it's one of those episodes when Carlton loses his virginity,
Oh.
right? To a married woman.
Wasn't that Pam Grier?
I don't know who that was.
Stop.
I
Come
feel like
on,
that's the
Google
Pam
it.
Grier episode because she was friends. It was she was it Aunt Bib's friend or was it Uncle Phil's friend?
Uncle Phil's friend. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, that's when Will was smashing. He ended up smashing the mom and the daughter.
Oh.
Remember that one?
The hotel.
Yeah, he went over to the
Forgot.
hotel to
Kinda,
talk
I
about
kind
some
of
type
remember
of.
that. Yeah.
No, she was nice.
Now I'm confused. Who did Carlton? Because I remember the episode and I think I'm getting
I got it
those.
on
I'm
my
gonna try to
laptop.
do a share screen. I
Oh yeah.
think I got it. Did you get it, Elijah?
Yeah,
Oh, he got it.
yeah. That was.
Yeah.
She had the long hair.
The long hair.
Long hair don't care.
Yeah, red
For
dress.
some reason, it was the way she carried herself that like I was like, dang, she's different.
Yeah.
She a lady. Like
Her?
she a grown woman.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah.
Taking down high schoolers. Like, I don't know. It was something different.
We talk about that.
I was gonna say.
What? That it's wrong.
The way you just said that. Oh no.
Like, but like, no, like how it was just like these adults like sleeping or like kissing children.
Yeah.
was just
Nasty.
present.
Yeah.
Like y'all remember Richie Rich,
Rich.
the movie Richie Rich.
Oh yeah, the rich kid.
Right.
Yeah,
Remember the FBI agent at the end? Like she kisses him,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
thought nothing of it.
Mhm.
Right.
Like you a full adult.
Yeah. Right.
Man.
It's
Or
a
was it
predator.
Richie Rich or was it Blank Check? Or I get those two confused. It was one of those movies, but she just like kissed him on the lips like it was nothing.
Yeah, that's that. We
Man.
got certain names that start with the letter P for those type of people.
Man. But I remember as a kid, I'm like, I'm jealous. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
man, I wish that was me.
man.
That's just a one in a lifetime opportunity.
Let me tell you, I've had that once in a lifetime opportunity.
I called this man Steve-O.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're-
God.
well, Jazz,
Oh.
you know this story, so I'm not really repeating much. This is high school. My history teacher.
Gotta get my coins for
Right.
this.
I feel like I'm a
Yeah.
gambler right now.
But I would purposely, like get in trouble. I'm like, hey, let me get detention from you. Let me get detention, right? And so I'd stay after school. I'd clean up, like I'd reorganize her books. I'd dust her globe,
Oh, dusting
It
the
sounds
globe.
very
Right.
reorganizing
are
her
these-
books.
are these
Yeah.
euphemisms or
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
What?
Don't want to put her on blast, but she was a super young teacher. She was like
Yeah.
25 at the time, fresh out of college, teaching
Nice.
in a high school.
Yeah.
And I was either 17, maybe 16 at the time, but she told me to meet her at a movie theater. And we ended up I met her at the movie theater. We didn't watch the movie. We went back to her place. And that's where the story
Nice.
ends.
Yo.
Come on, Steve.
Yeah.
LOL.
That's crazy.
Wow.
These things don't
How does that make you
happen.
feel now?
Yeah, I do. Now I'm a parent too. So
Yeah.
I question a lot of my decisions,
Mm.
but
I don't, you know what's crazy? I don't question your decisions.
you
Question
the
hers.
adults.
I question the adults.
Yeah, no,
I
for
question the
real.
adult.
I
question
agree.
Your frontal lobe wasn't
Mhm.
fully developed yet,
That's right. That's
you
where
know?
all the higher thinking, the complex learning is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Nasty.
That's tough. I feel like that's one of those. That's
Nasty
one of
heifer.
those,
say you're nasty.
double standards because
Nasty.
any boy in that situation,
Yeah.
counsel me again.
Yeah.
Any boy in that situation is
Mhm.
going for the hot young teacher.
You're so
99%
So
of the time.
predictable?
Spotty and predictable.
It is
I
what it
too.
is. That's just a double
I know, I
standard,
get it.
Okay?
I
just
get it.
is.
Yep.
Double standards
Right?
exist.
It
Double standards
is.
exist.
They do.
So it's like as a grown man, as an adult, you know, we do have kids and all that.
Yeah.
I'm still like, yeah, Steve, yeah. Even though it's completely wrong.
Yeah.
Completely wrong.
No, just put a nice little ribbon on it. I know I've traveled a path less traveled to get here where we're at too, but everything I've lived has prepared me for today.
Indeed.
Boom.
Kind of like how Mr. Keys said earlier.
As it should.
Indeed. I ain't never been called Mr. Keys before. That was
Mr.
weird.
Keys, that sounds proper. Now I
It's
want to know
very
your
proper.
crush, celebrity. Do you want to stick to Fresh Prince?
Oh no, whatever sitcom you want to
Whatever,
go
pick
to.
any.
You said
Yeah.
that was just mine, or both of ours.
Because I had another
Well-
one too. Yeah, I got plenty more. 2 more that come to my head that are sitcoms.
Okay. I didn't really have a lot of like sitcom crushes. Of course I thought like Fresh Prince was definitely my favorite sitcom at the time, but I wasn't like, see, somebody has to make me be like, ooh, you know? So like Will Smith wasn't that for me. Of course,
Okay.
Carlton wasn't that for me. But Uncle Jesse on the other hand, Full House.
Oh, Full House.
Oh,
Mhm. And then when
Uncle
he starts
Jesse.
singing,
oh,
when he starts
okay, I'm with
singing
you
and
now,
playing
I'm
that
with you.
guitar, hello.
I'm trying to recall.
Yup.
I'm like, could he really sing?
Was he singing?
Oh, he sang.
He sang.
Oh, he
He
sang.
sang. He sang.
Because he was in
He
a
can
band.
sing.
He was in a band.
See, we're
And
going
he
to take
can
her
play
word
guitar,
for it.
too,
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I just
His
remember,
whole
I just
life.
remember
Uncle
thinking like,
Jesse, by the way.
was he an Elvis? Like, was he an Elvis impersonator? Am I making this up? Was he an Elvis impersonator, or he just had really
I
great
wouldn't put
hair?
it past him.
Okay.
I don't think he did that, but he was like, he would do impersonations every now and
Mm.
again. I feel like
Yeah,
I remember him doing
yeah.
that. But his band, he was just trying to get it off the ground, you know. And Uncle Jesse was a player, like
He was.
the whole first half of the show. And then when Becky came around, he
Mhm.
like, I love when a woman like flips a whole man's life upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
How-
like,
right.
come on,
Ooh, does she flip it upside down or right
Well,
side up?
turn him into like a.
ooh, right side up.
Right
Yeah,
side up.
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right
Strained
side
him
up.
out a little bit because
Yeah.
he was the
Mhm.
wild guy with the slick black hair. I remember
Ugh.
Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Rebecca, she kind of
Mm,
like
Rebecca.
They had
Man,
twins,
I gotta
it
go
was
back
cool.
and watch the show because I'm like, I remember I watched it, but I'm like, it don't stand out to me. You know?
It was good. I
It was a
really
good
liked
show.
Full
It
I
was
did
a
House.
good
watch
Yeah.
that show too.
Yeah.
I like Journey Smollett. Yeah, it was Journey.
Oh,
Journey.
okay.
Yeah, Journey
She's
Smollett.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like just watching. I just remember like the child talent on that show was
Mhm.
insane.
It was.
It
Yeah.
was insane.
Mm-hmm.
And comparatively, you know, with them having to alternate the Olsen twins to play one role,
Mhm.
but then you have the other children, they have to carry that track because there is
Mhm.
no twin
Right.
to sub in, you know,
Right.
tap in to make
That's
them
hard.
ours. And to go from there and then working with her on Lovecraft Country, I was like, yo, like you've been consistent
A long time.
and
Yeah.
like she's so underrated. Like she is an amazing actor and
Mm-hmm.
she's so underrated. Like, man, Ease by You, like,
Mm.
ooh,
I
man.
agree. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, shout out to
But
Journey
Uncle
Smollett.
Jesse, ooh wee. let me
Ooh
tell
wee,
you.
Uncle Jesse.
I have another one
Nick
that's
at night.
top
I was
10.
seated for them 2
Nick at Night.
episodes, 8
Ooh, she
p.m.
had
every
cable.
night.
Wow.
She had
Ooh, she had
Seated.
cable.
Right?
Ooh.
Seated.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Well,
nice cable.
You said you had another
I had
one.
another one too, and this one was as a shorty. Everybody hates Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha, the next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course, Paige Heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now.
yeah. She was
Gorgeous.
it.
Everybody hates Chris.
Everybody. She was a light skinned girl that moved in with her granny.
Oh,
Like midway through their season, she was definitely it.
Paige Heard is gorgeous.
it.
Yeah.
She is. Oh, shout out to Power again, low key.
Right.
Look at
Period.
that.
Yeah.
It all comes full
Mhm.
circle.
Full circle.
Yeah.
I think that was my only like sitcom person though.
Okay.
It
What about you,
was
Steve?
yeah. Everybody else was kind of just like, oh okay,
But
me.
Man,
But yeah, Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse though.
Uncle Jesse. Well, Family Matters for me was huge. I love that.
Okay.
I didn't have a dad growing up, so always like, man, Carl was the shit. I want to have a dad like Carl.
Mm.
Plus, the kid's name is Steve.
Mm.
And then I wore glasses as a kid too. And I'd take off my glasses and be like, ooh, I'm Stefan. But I'd have this whole I'd walk into walls too with some funny shit. I'm crazy. But Michelle Thomas, Myra. Remember Myra?
Yeah.
She was a super girly girl, always with the nice dresses. Yeah. That was
Okay.
definitely a crush. Yeah.
Okay.
She-
man,
Nice.
you know it's crazy how that show just didn't age well.
Mm.
Wow.
Like I go back and I watch it, I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. Like it was. There are some episodes I'm like, yeah, these are still cool, but like some episodes I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Mm.
okay, Okay.
What made them good were the morals at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
You always
Full House
learn
did that a
something
lot.
at the
Yo,
end.
Yeah,
the
that's one of the
progression
reasons
start
I
come
liked
in. That piano start playing.
The keys
Yeah, the
start
lesson.
playing.
Look,
That's how
keys
you know
come
the
in.
lesson
Look,
is coming.
look,
Yeah, when the music starts.
look. That 175 turnaround, you know it's coming.
You know,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
So with our Valentine's Day theme, we're gonna keep it going. Who is your celebrity crush?
We can go current. Let's go current.
Current. Man.
Are we
I
gonna
don't
tie
know.
this into the conversation we put on Instagram yesterday?
Yes.
By the way, at the
Sure.
Midday Live Show, follow
Yes.
us.
Man,
Sure.
that's a. I don't even know. I don't even
Okay.
because it's the now that I like now being like an actor,
Mhm.
it's different. It's different, you know.
Yeah.
I view them as like, even if I never worked with them before, I'm like, these are my workplace
Mhm.
friends, you know,
Yeah.
these are my
Yeah.
workplace peers, you know.
Mhm.
You want to hear what the comments are saying?
What? Yeah. What the
Read the
comments
comments
saying?
that we got.
Well,
Yeah, we got a lot.
Alice, SZA,
Real.
all
Okay.
right,
Nice.
Kilo,
Real.
her,
Okay.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Leisure Suit Linda, Lenny Kravitz, right,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Elijah over here, Megan Good, Meg Thee
Nice.
Stallion, Vivica
Nice.
Fox,
Nice.
Jeannie Aiko. Ooh,
You are a freak,
Mm.
Elijah.
I see
Hey,
all wins to me, all dubs right
first of
there.
all, okay.
Salma
if the man
Hayek.
can
Between
go
the
on
lines.
5 dates, he can go on 5 dates. All right.
Michael B.
Mhm.
Jordan, Ryan Phillippe, Jeffrey Hightower from All American,
Wait,
Morris,
Wait, Jeffrey.
I was
Which
about
one?
to say the same.
Jeffrey with a G,
Is he the main?
I think so.
The Brit?
I don't know.
Let me do it quick.
Let us know. I don't know.
Jeffrey Hightower. Oh, okay.
Who's it?
I'm gonna do a quick share screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see this. Oh, okay.
Here's the
Okay.
new one.
Oh,
Homecoming.
the light skinned guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no,
a woman.
that's the girl. That's no dude at all.
Oh,
is
she's pretty, yeah.
She's very pretty.
Right? See,
Yeah,
that's why I had to
man,
share
my
screen because we
apologies,
went the wrong
I
way.
said,
Yeah, they like, who is
he?
Right.
Yeah,
Who that?
that's smart. That's a great name. Like I like.
Mhm.
Yeah, that man, that's a smart name. Oh my
And
God.
you
it's
love
just-
smartness and you love intelligence.
It's-
Yeah, let's go with
Boom.
Jeffrey.
Okay.
Let's go with Jeffrey.
Let's go with
All right, cool.
Let's go with
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Was that all of them?
For now. And if you'd like to leave a comment too, you can head over to the Midday Live Show.
I
on
say I
Instagram.
commented, but it was
You
like
did.
a GIF.
Oh, is this
Yeah.
the guy from Bridgerton?
Yes.
Oh, what's his name?
Roger Jean Page.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you say that again? Hold on.
wait.
How'd you say that?
What was
With an
his
accent?
name?
What?
I didn't even do an
Say
accent.
it again. Yes, you
no.
did.
I really
Yes, you
did.
did.
Did
It was
I?
almost
Voice
French.
got
Almost
real-
French.
Real
Sorry.
tone came down, everything. You
So,
blinked your
we'll
eyes.
do a
twice.
reset.
I didn't.
What was his name again?
What's his
What was
name?
his
Say it
name?
again.
Roger Jean Page.
Look at the smile.
Mm, mm,
Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous
Comment ça va?
mm.
Très bien, très bien.
mm.
We all speak multiple language here on the Midday Live
Let me
Show.
tell you
but
something
one
about that
language.
man.
Tell
Go
us.
ahead. Tell us.
Tell
let
us.
know.
I want to hear.
So something about me, I've just always had like kind of an obsession with like a British accent in general. But
Mhm.
like if you've ever watched Bridgerton, you get it. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
You either get it or you don't get it.
Mhm.
But like, yeah. Hello.
She's on to something. That's why I changed my GPS sounding voice to one from across
Really?
the pond. Yeah.
As
Across
you
the-
should.
across the-
Across the
Period.
pond.
Across the pond.
Across the pond.
Across
You
the
know what I'm
pond.
saying?
As you should.
When
He
in Rome.
killed it in Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, he killed it in Dungeons and Dragons. That was a
I
great
haven't
movie.
seen that, but I should.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
movie.
It's real simple. It's
Gotta
a simple. It's a
support.
long watch.
Yeah, but all movies long now.
Mm.
I feel like every movie you're gonna
Especially,
spend about 2.5 hours now.
Marvel movies for real.
No,
Yeah.
that's like 10 hours,
Yeah.
man,
3 hours for sure.
for the intro.
My
You need to get a
goodness.
Marvel movie. We're a little tight. Never mind. Who is your
She went
celebrity
somewhere.
crush?
I'm gonna go support what our one of our great
Whoa.
fans, Hawaiian Rams fan. I'm gonna go with his. I like that Selma Hayek. She hasn't aged.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll go with that for now.
that's a good one.
She been in her bag lately too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Always
She been
online. She's what they call them, thirst traps, clickbait. Yes, I'm clicking all of them.
As you should. As you should.
Yeah, I love it. I got Megan Good for sure. I met her, by the way.
I was just about to say, like, don't you feel like if you like met this person, you would just kind of be like speechless for 1 second? Just like 1 second.
And
just one.
Probably.
Can I
And
tell
then
you
you
that
get over
story
it.
real quick?
Yes.
Tell it.
So we're here.
Mhm.
She's coming to the morning show, WGCI morning show.
Okay.
They say, Isaiah, you got to go get her.
Oh.
Wait, the other Isaiah, right?
Me? Yeah, go get her. We're going to do this break. While we're doing the break, you go get her. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You're like, huh?
Huh?
Say it again?
This is not the first time I've had to go downstairs to greet a guest.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But this was different. This was
Yeah, it's
different.
making
Oh
good.
my
Okay.
goodness.
Yeah.
I've gone down there to bring up Tiny and T.I. That was cool, you know. Gone down, just celebrities. But they said, Isaiah, you go get Megan Good. Oh man, that was the longest elevator ride down of my life. And when I tell you my hands were sweating, and I was sitting there like in the elevator, like, what am I gonna say? Do I say good morning? Do I say good afternoon? What time is it? Okay, it's almost. I was going through it, and I go down there, and I don't know. As soon as her truck, there were 2 trucks, SUVs,
Ooh.
black Tahoes or whatever,
Ooh.
Cadillac,
Okay.
probably Escalades.
Ooh.
As soon as they come to the roundabout, like sun just hits the trucks. Like, it was cloudy outside that day,
Right?
but the sun just hits the truck. And
Clouds
for some
separating.
reason, when the driver comes around, opens her door, the sun, boom, hits the door.
Spotlight.
If you have any idea of what the lobby looks like downstairs, it's all glass,
Mhm.
floor to ceiling glass.
You
just
can't
about.
hide shit.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. So now, everyone, the security guards, like, who are you coming to get? Who are you? You know, because they know this is my job. So when they see me, they're like, oh, somebody's on the way.
Mhm.
Let me get myself together so I get my picture as they walk past.
Right?
And I'm like, I'm trying to get it out.
What's good? Good afternoon. Goodbye.
I'm trying to hold on.
Good.
Good morning.
He said, good. I said I wasn't supposed to say good.
Good morning. And by the time I can figure out the words, she walks through.
She's like, who's this guy?
And so when I'm saying like, and I just look like
So what did you say?
someone, her PR person came to me and said, good morning.
Mhm.
How are you? I'm like, oh, thank God. Ooh, yeah. How are you guys? You know, follow me.
Brought you back to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was definitely stuck. I was a deer in headlights for like 3.8 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
what like you
gosh.
just need a quick little like
Yeah.
whoa.
But
and
then I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay, here we
Mhm.
go.
Good.
But I'm gonna
Good.
be honest with you guys. I didn't say a word on the elevator.
I was with that. So did you say something to her?
Yes.
What
At least
did
you
you
didn't
say?
fart, man. Phew.
Shook her hand. Hello. How are you? Blah, blah, blah,
Was
blah,
it
blah,
sweaty
blah.
still?
It probably was.
Mm.
It probably was like,
Yeah.
oh, nice to meet
Say,
you. She was
ew.
probably like, nice to
Nice to
meet you.
wipe this off real quick.
So whatever I said, the small talk between the check-in desk to the elevator was cool. But once I got on the elevator, I was silent.
Mm.
And it was like one of those movie scenes where you
Mhm.
just hear the elevator music, and I'm like,
Right?
30
Awkward.
floors, huh? Yeah, 30
Ah.
floors. We almost there.
Yo, you
Oh
know what's
my
crazy though? Like that the elevators are fast here. So
They
if you say
are,
it felt like
yeah.
a long whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Time stood
It
still
felt
for
like-
you.
yeah,
Time
for
stood
real.
still for you.
Yeah. And then we got off the elevator, and then all of a sudden I'm back. Something about this elevator wasn't working for me.
Mm.
And then boom, right back at it. And she was like amazing. Anything that you see, any work that you see from her,
Mhm.
like I feel she kind of brings that same energy, or she already has that energy. So when she actually produces content, it's kind of already herself. So
Mhm.
if she's in a role where she's laughing and joking and genuine,
Yeah.
that to me was her real being. That was her real
Yeah.
spirit in a way. So that was super cool. I always like seeing, all right, how are these people outside of their job? Who are they as an actual
Yeah.
person?
Right.
She was super dope. She
I love
kicked
that
it,
for
she
you.
laughed. When we took pictures, I was scared. I'm like, oh my God. Do I
Already
even
touched it with my sweaty hand.
Right,
Now
I
what?
was scared. She's like, man, come on over here, man. What,
Just sweaty ass over here.
what type of picture we about to take? I'm like, yo, she was like a homie for
Yeah.
real.
Oh man, I love to hear
She
that.
I
was
love
bad
that.
than a mug, Elijah. She was bad than a mug, boy.
Sorry,
I ain't gonna lie. I told my lady, like,
Oh,
listen,
God.
hey, All right now. Okay.
And she like, I dare you.
Say something.
Try it if
Say-
you want to.
Hey, okay.
I love
All
that
right.
for you. Love
you.
that.
That's all.
Yeah. So there we have it. I met my crush.
That's what's up.
It's amazing. Is there a celebrity crush that comes to mind for you, Jazz?
I already said
Yeah,
it.
it was
Oh,
Jean.
yeah.
Jean
I just-
Honey
Bridget
Dijon.
on page.
I just got
Bridget
lost for a
Jones.
second.
You
My
know what's
bad.
wild?
I think I had a brain
Knowing like
Hello.
disconnection.
retaining actors' names versus
Mhm.
characters' names,
Wow.
like it's difficult.
I mean, he's also the Duke of Hastings. I do remember that as
Like-
well.
Like,
Yes.
cause like, like you remember them because you see them in these iconic roles.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, man, they did that.
Mm-hmm.
That's Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
That's Gina.
That's Buddy. What's
Instead
his?
of Tisha
You know, like
Campbell,
it's
right?
Oh my
it's
gosh.
like I commend people who had that ability.
Oh, learned his name
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoop. Locked in.
Wait, did you do yours?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you stole.
Salma Hayek.
You stole.
Something happened. Something happened. My brain just like hit a pause or something. I don't know what.
You
It's
went
because
back.
we don't.
You went back. You was like,
I was just, I was just
Just daydreaming.
marinating in my thoughts.
Daydreaming.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We're going to keep it moving with our Valentine's Day theme. Okay.
Thank you.
Can you share a story about a bad date? Maybe even one of your worsts.
Yeah, I got one. This was like, so for me, I don't like smokers. Like I don't like smokers. So like my mom, she smoked as a shorty when I was growing up. And I remember I would try anything to get her to stop smoking. And it was a weird date. We hit a comedy show, and then after the comedy show, she's like, I'm gonna take a smoke break. And we were supposed to like go get food after the comedy show.
Mhm.
And it was at that moment I knew I didn't want it to go any further.
Mm.
But I'm too nice.
Mm.
So it just like it was a whole date where the
Mm.
whole time I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Oh.
Cause it was just one thing. She smoked a cigarette. And I was like, nah,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
nah. And I picked you up. Okay.
Ah.
I drove, okay.
Oh,
Now you done got in my car smelling like
Oh.
An
Right.
ashtray.
yeah,
There you go. I'll
yeah,
say.
Yeah.
like
Tough.
Newport, like menthol. Newport,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
You can't
like,
even-
ooh, you know
you
what?
can't
My
even-
stomach
you
hurts.
can't
Time to
even-
go.
Chew no gum.
Right.
You know, I'm like, nah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's bad alone to just smoke a cigarette. And then I know people, women too, would be like, I need 100. Where my 100s at? You know, and they got to get the larger ones.
What? Ew.
There's Newports and then there's Newport 100s.
Oh,
They have regular
gross.
size, then they have
There's levels to it.
Extendo.
Oh,
clips
nah.
to it.
Oh,
That's
there's
too
levels to the
much.
devils, man.
Are they slow smokers? Like what's special about it? They just
I don't
bigger,
know. It's just
longer?
more of that stuff.
That's
More of
crazy.
that tobacco.
Crazy.
Tobacco. Ew.
It's crazy. Lung cancer is real. Like stop smoking.
For real?
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
That's tough. That's tough. I don't think I have any bad dates. I didn't really date a lot. I kind of like struck gold and won the first time. So
I love to hear
Love
that.
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
Hey.
struck gold.
Gold.
Midday
Gold.
live gold.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Period.
Jazz, what about you?
Not me either. Haven't had a lot of dates in general. So bad dates. I guess I can pull a story from high school. This was, remember my first boyfriend that I said he was just like irritating me in like everyday life. So,
Yeah.
you know, we broke up.
I think so.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
just really blowing me. So one of the things that he did, and it was like he was pining after me. I remember like he really wanted us to date, right?
Okay.
So when I finally, because my friends was like, girl, you really want to, I remember it very vividly. They were like, don't do that. But I was like, he's nice, he's cute-ish. And you know, like whatever. So we finally started dating. And then I remember we would be walking in the hallway. He'll like halfway walk me to class, not all the way, halfway walk me to class. And then he'd be like, okay, bye, see you later. Then he's walking, you know, a few steps ahead of me, and I see him go put his arm around another girl and walk her to class. And I'm like, what?
Damn.
Mm.
Men do odd things. They
Dang.
really do.
Humans
Oh.
do odd things.
Humans do odd
Humans
things.
Especially in the young age like that, too.
Yeah. I should
Yeah.
listen to my friends.
See, your
They all
friends-
had bets on like how long we would last too. I remember that
Ooh,
too.
That's a
Yeah.
good friendship.
Mm.
They were like 2 weeks.
Mm.
It was like 29 days.
29
like that.
days.
You held
Yeah.
on to that number.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's like, I'm gonna remember this.
I just remember it was a big thing. Like when I finally decided, I told my friends, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna break up with him today. And I only told like 2 people, but all of like my class was waiting like by the lockers after
For the
school.
huge
Like
production.
Jasmine's yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was really awkward. It was, yeah. It happened in front of everybody,
Oh,
pretty much.
Oh,
I
that's-
tried to tell him like, come over here. Like,
Yeah, be
real quiet. Like
Low
let me
key
take
about it.
something real quick. Bye. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he knew what was gonna happen?
He knew 100%. He basically told me, he was like, I kind of know what this is about already.
he's
And I was
"This
like,
feels
oh, okay.
different."
It feels different.
Something about
Vibes
this
are
don't
off.
feel-
Yeah.
Something's
It's
different.
special.
And I was like, well, you're right. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's
Man,
over
that
with.
bass.
His loss, for sure.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I don't like bald men. I realized that after that.
He was bald in
He
high
was
school?
bald.
Oh, that's
bald?
hard. That's a
Yeah.
hard
He
life,
was bald
man.
in high school?
We were like 14 years old.
Did
Yeah.
he have a head
Damn.
for a bald shape? Like, was it like a good head?
It
to
was
be
more
bald?
like a peanut shape.
So my question is, because before I make any jokes or laugh, was this his choice of hairstyle?
Yeah, like
Hey, I don't know. I never got that deep.
okay,
and
let's
asked
okay,
him,
okay,
so-
okay. This is an important question. Did he have eyebrows?
Yes.
Okay,
He
so
did
it
have
wasn't okay.
eyebrows.
Cool,
Yep.
cool.
So you
Cool.
can grow
Because
hair.
yeah, he can grow hair. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
It just
Whew.
didn't-
Yep.
14.
Peanut
He
head.
got fried for a long
Dang.
time.
He
Oh my
did.
gosh.
He did.
14 is a rough age.
It
too.
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Because that's what freshman year of high school, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
You're still
Yeah.
growing
Yeah.
too. You don't even know
Yeah,
how to
you don't know
walk
what's
straight.
up.
And
don't
you
know what's-
bald.
And you bald.
Oh, you
Oh.
getting fried. Any moment you get somebody frying your head.
Dang.
Yeah.
Bald at 14?
0 out of 10 experience. Do not recommend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah. My wife, she dated somebody who was bald.
We all know how that went. He's still
Period.
laughing.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Good times. Good
Man.
It's
times.
just something about bald people. I'm like,
What about you, Steve?
Baldy.
I have nothing but bad dates. I have so many. I can't even there was one I remember, you know, the whole I forgot my purse at home thing, you know. She's like, hey, I got no problem covering it, but she was a repeat offender, right?
So this is not a first date.
So this is the third time, right? We're getting pizza, I remember, and it was actually Bocce's on Milwaukee and Montrose.
Mm.
And I love this pizzeria because it was right by Fort Knox Studios, and I'd always go there when I was working the studio, learning how to engineer and edit and stuff. I'd go there to eat and stuff. So we were eating, and we ended up just getting a slice of pizza, but then she's like, no, I want a little pasta. No, I want this, I want that. I was like, honey,
okay.
the world is your oyster, all right?
Mm.
Whatever you need, right?
Mhm.
And I walked out of there through the bathroom window.
No, you did not.
That I did. I was
Oh,
like,
you,
I'm
like,
tired of this.
climbed out the
I'm like, it's not
bathroom
gonna
window.
happen.
So at what point did she say she left the purse at home?
She said, oh yeah, she said it initially when we got there. I'm like, hey, do you want to go get some pizza? She's like, sure, but I forgot my purse.
So did she look for the purse? I'm like, oh man. Or she said, I forgot my purse.
Straight
Oh,
up, dead
mm.
face. I forgot my purse. Didn't even bother to look for it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That's
So I like to play. You stay petty. You don't got to get petty, right?
Yeah.
Did my
So
thing.
you played along.
I
you-
played along. It's cool. You want to
We
play
got
this?
Deep dish pizza.
Deep dish. That's right. Deep dish petty.
Mm,
Hilarious.
So
mm.
you knew the whole time you were gonna do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Plotting. Uh-huh. Yeah. What'd you say? Okay, good.
Okay, okay. Now I want to fully picture this in my head.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Describe this bathroom window.
Oh, it is.
Was it up off the ground? Did you
Yeah,
have to
I was-
move some stuff to elevate yourself?
You, stand
You were
on
stepping on the
the
sink.
trash.
I had to step on the, like the top of the toilet, not
Uh-huh.
the toilet seat, but I had to
Uh-huh.
climb up the toilet,
Okay.
Oh,
and then they had a
Some shimmying was going on.
some shimmying right there.
Okay.
Well, you know, like those
Their
floating
shirt got
bookcases,
ripped.
the
Yeah.
bookcases that have no bottom, they're just there, drilled or screwed into the wall. I was able to like wiggle it, remove it, put it to the side, and then climb out. And it was a tight fit. It wasn't like, bathroom windows
Yeah.
aren't supposed to be that big in a restaurant, hopefully. But I slid through that thing and I got out there real quick. Never looked back.
That's crazy. Which means, and like all this, and I'm picturing this in my head. I'm like, so like a lot of sounds were being made in the bathroom.
A lot of clanking.
You heard some stuff being dragged across the floor.
Right, dropping pans and pots or something. I don't know.
Hear a window opening. No toilet flush.
At all. Well, maybe I flushed it on my way out for that last boost to get me through the window.
I wish there was a camera, or we were like just bugs on the wall, flies on the wall.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's her face? What is she doing right now? She like, maybe he got the bubble guts.
Right.
Ooh, maybe that cheese hit him hard.
She's still eating. She's like chewing. Boy, he's taking a long time.
Did she like
everything.
hit you up after?
Yeah, but
And she was just like, where you go?
What'd she say?
it's like, where'd you? All right. She tried to send me one of those super long text messages.
Nah.
And I just like delete, block, moving on.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
It was craziness.
I got a kind of off-topic question since you said that. So all the men in the room, you too. When you send a long message, why do you only reply to one part of it and not the whole thing?
What do you mean?
If we ask, let's say we ask multiple questions or we say multiple things, the response will be like to the first half of the message. And that's it. What do you mean? That's all you have?
I respond to it all.
Thank you, Brian. You're one of the good ones. Thank you.
No. Wait. Before you deem it good or bad. Here's the thing. Oftentimes, and this is across the board when it comes to communication, we may feel that we're properly communicating and we're not. Yeah. So you have to question, like, are some of these questions redundant? Are there redundancies within this chain of communication? Sometimes it don't even need an answer. You know what I mean? Like it's weird, right? You know, and then you can sometimes dissect where the elements are, where it may be just the person trying to poke at you, like poke the bear a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you don't want that bear to be poked, you can dodge that question. Go to this is what you're really asking me. So let me give you an answer. Let me cut to the chase for you. Because sometimes it's not the natural inclination for a human being to cut to the chase and ask what they really want to ask. So let me do it for you. Here you go. You know what I mean? And you know, like you just have to be more self-aware to make sure, like, am I being as clear as possible with what I'm asking right now? Is this really is this really what I want to be asking, or am I just adding a layer that doesn't need to be there to try and properly communicate? You know, so
that was very
true.
Well put.
Yeah.
Wow, that was great.
Way to be the adult in the room.
Right. Yeah, because I was definitely going a different direction.
What did Gio say?
We respond to what we have the answers to. Shrug emoji.
All right,
it's a point. You know, we don't want to say what we don't know because it's going to get thrown in our face after all. And I'm not going to tell you a lie. I'm always going to tell you the truth.
Okay, so now that you asked this question, it was clearly, you know, with a little poke with the question that you asked
Poking
here.
a bear.
So I guess I can poke back a little bit. Why was the message that long in the first place?
Okay, well, no. For one, I personally do not send messages that are that long. Like at the most, you know, if you have an iPhone, it'll be like maybe 3 lines, 4 at the most. I don't really I'll break it up. If anything, if I have that much to say, I'm either going to break it up or I'm going to call you.
That's nice. I would appreciate that from a dude's perspective.
I would just call. If I have that much to say, I'm not going to send like an essay and a text.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah, because it's easier to digest for a dude, I think, for me personally, instead of like this giant pill of like all this stuff.
Because I wouldn't want somebody to send that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break it down for me.
I would definitely prefer any phone call over a long book. I'm not really interested in reading a book.
Yeah.
And then once you start reading it, text messages can be conveyed in so many different ways.
They could. You can read it in so many different tones that wasn't really intentional. Yeah.
So most of the time, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I saw that long message and I started to read it and I just saw it going down the wrong path, I wouldn't even respond and I would call, be like, all right, let's what's to it? Because you took your time to type this out and you use big words and you got some words in here that's, you know, taking shots. Let's talk about what's really on the front of your head, opposed to what you wrote down and reread and added this little jab in. Because if you really want to talk about what's up, then whatever up here will come out now, opposed to this this beautiful
beat around the bush talk,
extremely long, don't want to read message.
Yeah.
And then you have to also ask yourself, like, how important is this conversation to me to be had? So you have to also make sure that it is the proper time, setting, place to actually have a productive exchange of thoughts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm a big proponent of nothing important was ever said with your thumbs. Nothing important was ever said with your thumbs.
That's real.
That's super real.
And also like, and this is like, it works in my favor, and sometimes it is agonizing for people. Like, language is so important to me. And it comes from just like the line of work that I'm in. Like, words matter. You know, like you know, I've done Shakespeare. Words matter.
Wow.
Punctuation matters.
Inflection.
And it's like, it's so second nature to me. And so even when people are talking to me, you know, and like, you know, I read a lot, you know, so like I know a great deal of words, you know, and my mom always told me, be intentional with your words, because growing up I hated apologizing. And the reason why I hated apologizing is because more often times than not, I meant what I did. So why should I apologize?
Yeah.
You know, but also with that said, like, I'm willing to apologize when it's genuine. You know, like if I didn't mean to do something, or I didn't want to hurt somebody, like I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna own my stuff at the end of the day. But I'm like, you have, like, you be intentional with your words, you know, and be aware that your intention may not always garner you the reception that you're expecting, and be prepared for that, you know. And also you have to make sure that you're communicating with the person the way that they communicate. You know, it's like I may have my form of communication, but you may have your form of communication.
Correct.
So if I want it to make sense to you, I'm going to have to communicate with you the way that works best for you.
Right.
You know, so it's and I think more oftentimes than not, people aren't willing to do that. You know, so it's you know, communication is hard. And it's a continuous process, and it takes work. You know, so if it matters, just always check in and make sure, like, hey, am I communicating with you the way you want to be communicated with? Maybe text ain't it. Maybe when you're driving in the car ain't the time to have a conversation. You know, maybe give 2 hours after work, not immediately when you come home from work or something. Like, just, you know, just play around with it.
Yeah.
Play around with it.
Gio said that he definitely responded with, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not reading all that.
You're just trying to make her mad.
Gio's the type to be like, if I can't see the
Remember,
preview, it ain't worth it.
Wasn't he, his nickname was Mr. Petty
I think
from the
so.
last episode?
Yeah.
There we go, Gio.
I'm gonna stand up.
There it
Let me stand up for Gio real quick. Let me stand up for Gio, because I know Gio very well. Gio is honest. He doesn't have an intention behind his honesty other than, I'm just gonna be honest. You know, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be petty. I'm just trying to be honest with you. And I respect Gio. And it's funny too, because Gio, is this my camera right here? Gio, look
There
at
you
me.
go.
Gio, you have to understand the result you want to happen. So to obtain the result that you want to happen, you have to execute the proper actions to obtain that result. So sometimes you have to maybe deviate from this honesty, and you'll be a better person. Not saying you're not a great person right now, but, you know, they called you petty. I stood up for you, but, you know.
It's an insider. They were calling each other petty from the last episode. Who was more petty? And they called, I guess his title was Mr. Petty in their group chat that they had.
I feel like that's just a character he plays. Ain't that right, Gio? Respond in the comments. I want to know. Is that genuinely you, or is this a character that you've built of being petty? I really want to know. Respond in the comments, Gio.
Yeah.
And everybody follow Gio. He's hilarious. He's great.
As you should.
Do you ever run into, when you're dating, or if you're dating, you know, with women and you're an actor, do they ever bring up the question, how can I know you're not acting? How can I know you're being genuine? It's never been brought up because you're so authentic in the way you carry yourself, and you're saying earlier, you mind your words.
Acting is rooted in truth.
Oh,
True.
Acting is rooted in truth. You're not, you don't want to lie, because the receiver and viewer of your work will know that you're lying. You want to tell the truth. You want to find the truth. Like, for example, if you can't, let's say you're cast as the antagonist, the villain.
yeah.
The best way to play that character is, how does the character view themselves? You can't play it off the viewpoint of others. So you have to dig deeper into the truth. Also, you only become a better actor if you know yourself better. Like I knew I was becoming great at what I was doing because I was becoming more in tune with myself. I was being honest with myself. Because Uta Hagen has the method of substitution, whereas you know yourself better than you know this character. Read the script, take the words, understand the circumstances this character is in. You're gonna have the truth of that character on the page, but there are going to be holes. How do you fill in those holes? You pull from yourself, and you finish building the character that way. And the only way you can build the truth of character is you take the truth from the script, and you take the truth from yourself, and you put them together, and you tell the story. So for me as an actor, I want to tell the truth. I want it to be rooted in truth. And I know now we in a climate where it's always a conversation of, well, that's your truth. Truth is subjective. It is. The truth is subjective because it is all based on the viewer. You know, history is told by the victors. You know, so it's crazy. You know, sometimes the math don't math to you, but it math somebody. You know, so yeah, no, it's never brought up. It's never brought up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's take a
I
pause.
like that.
Why?
Let's take a pause on the Valentine's Day discussion real quick, and let's ask you if you have anything coming up in the future. Are there projects that we can look forward to?
Yeah, so many. Yeah, right now, look, The Shy. Catch up on the first part of season 6A season. It's all streaming right now, Paramount Plus. We will be dropping, and I can say this, we will be dropping the second half of season 6 May 10th. May 10th. So catch up. Make sure that your subscription is paid. Yeah. During the strike, I got into just wanted to produce more. So I starred in and co-produced a short that's working through the film circuits right now called Scroll Food, written by David Leonard. It's a piece that focuses on mental health and suicide awareness. It's just and how we also are so consumed with social media and living in this comparative state of what our friends are doing versus what we're doing. We scroll and we scroll and scroll. We're always glued to our phone, and how that can be detrimental to our health if we don't use social media in a healthy way. But yeah, I mean, I have some other things that I can't talk about just yet that are in the works. But I will say, I want to really, really highlight The Shy. Because we are, we're telling some great stories right now this season. We got put on pause for 6 months.
That's a big amount of time. It's half a year.
Yeah.
6 months with the strike. I think we came out a bit better for it. But it is a great ensemble that, we're working with. Lynn Whitfield has joined, and it's wow. She's a GOAT.
Love her.
Yeah. A GOAT. Shout out to everybody on that show. Shout out to Lena Waithe for believing in me, to be a part, because it is crazy enough. It is a very similar story for Getting The Shy as how it was to get Power.
Oh my gosh.
Like a lot of people, I'll be able to tell that story fully in depth, but I'm just The Shy has been in the works for me since 2018.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And everything, like it's a marathon. It's a marathon mentality.
Big marathon.
Yeah. Like 2018, Lena told me, yo, you are talented. We have to get you on the show. And I just stayed ready. Phone called, hey, they're writing you in. Are you interested? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. And if just for you, I play a character named Cairo. Cairo is a organic weed grower, farmer. And he is just there pushing, the information about how we can just smoke better weed, and just pushing Black entrepreneurship and having an ownership in the things that we consume, and not necessarily needing to be employees for people when we can just employ ourselves.
Nice.
And it's just, it's a wonderful role to play, especially with us being in a city where cannabis has become legal.
Mm.
And we have so many of our brothers and sisters that are incarcerated for minor weed possession, weed charges that are, like the legal is still trying to catch up to it, and then on the retail side, you have all these licenses that went out, but how many of us got those licenses to sell?
Yeah, we could talk about that.
And it's, so it's a lot of good conversations that's happening. And I'm just like grateful and thankful that I get to play this character, because you envision, you think that, it's going to go this way. Like, for example, I thought when I got on Power, I was going to be the street dude.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw, and it's crazy, right? I limited the vision. I never saw that I could be a special agent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, of course I can. Of course. Yeah, I'm more of a fan than like what? Yes.
He's like, I'm a fan.
Yeah. And then with the Shy, like same thing. I'm like, I didn't know what capacity, I would be on the show, and I'm like, this is greater than what I thought I could do, and then even with the character, Lena was telling me like she never expected him to be this funny dude. She never saw him funny, because on paper he can read as like this cool, suave, like Hotep, but for me, I'm like, I'm a nerd, I'm very smart, I know my stuff, but at the same time I like to be funny, so I'm like, let me bring that element to the character. So like, yeah, just tap in with me on the Shy. Like it's a fun ride, it's a fun journey. And I'm just really having fun with that one. Yeah,
exactly. Your social media, Brian.
I am Brian Keys. IAMBRIANKEYS. Everything across the board. It's always I am Brian Keys.
Nice.
Love to hear that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It is pretty cool to see the growth from that series.
Yeah,
man. When you see the kids, the main character,
right, all grow up and stuff.
Yeah, they came in.
Quality of the character.
Shout out to Shamon Brown. I've been knowing him since. I think he was like 10. Since he was 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
my son's 10.
And now his voice is like this, and he looked
at that.
Like,
facial hair.
Right. Oh, he's grown now.
Yes, all of them. They're grown men now.
I love that.
Grown men.
Goes to show the longevity that the series has had.
Yeah.
Much of an impact too.
Yeah.
Huge impact too.
Yeah.
We'd love to thank you again, Brian Keys, for joining us on the Midday Live Show. If you could give any actor out there that's up and coming a few words of advice, what would those words be?
Do it your way. It's an individual journey. You are the first time and last time that you are happening. And don't travel and pursue it in a comparative space. Trust your gut. Go for it. And just know that you just have to work for it. Don't get in for the fame. Don't get in for the money. Just if it's in your heart to do it and you want to do it, just do it, and it's going to happen. It is going to happen. It's going to be hard, but it's going to happen.
I'm taking that myself.
Wise words, yeah.
You can apply that to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Not just acting. So do it your way. I'm taking that one. I'm putting it in the pocket.
Something you need to take out your pocket. Remind people what they need to be voting for.
Oh, vote for your boy. Yes, sir. 312 Music Awards.
Let's go.
DJ of the Year.
Let's go.
Boom.
Yeah. Black man. That's me. That's me. DJ Spoil Milk. That's also me. So Black History Month. That's me.
Period.
Do it for me. All that. But in all seriousness, it is an honor to be recognized. You know?
It's a huge accolade.
Yeah.
Huge
it is
accolade.
A huge accolade. One thing to be nominated, we want to take the W home. You know what I'm saying? It is an honor to be recognized by Chicago, and I'm not even from the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm a suburbanite. That's what you guys call me? A suburbanite.
Or were they from Joliet?
From Joliet.
Just kidding. I'm playing. It's Joliet. You know better. You know better. You know.
From the town, baby. So
that's
vote
what it's
for
called.
your boy.
Yes, it's well deserved, but it's also well earned.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the amount of
Absolutely.
work this man does behind the scenes should not be taken lightly. Okay.
Appreciate
That's
it.
all.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Thanks. I gotta make a video for you guys, by the way.
Yeah, let's
You do.
throw some mad dollars behind it. You know what we do.
I want to say
Yeah.
voting ends next week, so yeah.
Got the coin.
The
Get on
sooner
it.
the better.
It does.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does. I just got an email. They're doing like a whole little party for all the nominees. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's what's up.
Hey.
There you
Enjoy
go.
that. Enjoy
yeah, I'm
that.
gonna go pull it up with my little
Represent as you
Hey.
should.
live show jacket
As you
on.
should.
Some talk about.
Represent for the home team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Period.
By the way, next week I gotta throw out the plug. I'm DJing at Club Hugh next week on the 16th. I believe that's a Friday. I got to tell you early, right? Because if you got kids, you need to find your babysitter now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And there's Valentine's weekend. So just get together, you know, bring your little boo thing with you, meet them there, do what you got to do.
Whatever.
But I'm outside. I got to let y'all know early this time around. Get your babysitters together.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Period. What you got going on this weekend?
Well, you know, we got the Windy City Bulls game
Nice.
tonight for the Hispanic Heritage Night, and then we got Windy City Bulls game again Sunday. They're going against Mac McClungan, you know, the guy from the dunk contest. Yeah, he's on Orlando, so it'll be a nice little game to watch too. Sunday, just chilling. I'm trying to take it easy this weekend. My son's getting into Dungeons and Dragons,
Yup, as he should.
so I'm trying to learn.
Yup.
You know, so that's all. Got my
Dungeon
dad
Master.
duties.
Dungeon
Got my dad.
Master.
Dungeon.
Nice.
You a DM, as they
Nah.
call him, Dungeon Master.
Yeah,
Or-
Dungeon, I know. I never played it, but I'm
Mhm.
like super familiar, you know,
Okay.
with that world. It's like, yeah. Build that, let that imagination go.
Period.
That's what I'm saying, because
Feel
it's
it,
really just
feel it.
dice and you just talking. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Pretty cool.
Storytelling.
We're just shaking dice and talking shit.
I love it. I love it. We all know Super Bowl's on Sunday, but before you get into the Super Bowl, listen to me on Kiss FM, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I'll be on. I won't see you guys before next Friday.
Mhm.
So Wednesday night, Valentine's Day, I'll be on the nights, 7 to 11 p.m. Kiss FM. So tune in.
Valentine night.
Well, we'll get a little spicy.
Okay.
So- Yeah.
Tune in.
Tune in. 103.5 Kiss FM. If you're not in Chicago, download the free iHeartRadio app.
There you
Boom.
have it.
Exactly. You could listen to the Midday Live Show on the iHeartRadio app today.
Sure
So
can.
download it.
Yes,
Of course,
sir.
you can reach us on Instagram at the Midday Live Show. Check out our brand new YouTube page. You go ahead and click the subscribe button. We're dishing out videos every week. And of course, we are the Midday Live Show. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll be back same time next week, same place.
Everybody be safe, man.
Let's go.
We're over and out.